Bonus Land. Guys, welcome to Bonus Land. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
I faced the camera in Bonus Land.
Yeah, that's part of it.
We switched chairs too.
Quick toy update. We talked about the toys last week. We're
Yeah.
working on that. We're going to have like these collectibles going out. The final ones that we liked, Ghost of Kiev as the Black G.I. Joe woman, the Hillary Clinton van that she got stuffed into at the 9/11 memorial, the Dan Crenshaw, which ends up being just a rhinoceros with an eye patch. That's the best one. And then the two ideas from Bonus Land last week that you guys commented that actually are good ideas, and we took them and we're acting on it. Dog-faced pony soldier.
Who recommended that?
I forget. It was someone commented, but it's going to be a dog face and then a horse in like a military outfit.
Perfect.
Dog-faced pony soldier. And that's like perfect. It's like exactly what we're looking for. It culturally is a significant statement that needs to live forever. And like a way to remember that will be to own the dog-faced pony soldier collectible item. And then also Elizabeth Warren. And then in that one, we'll just grab a Native American.
Just get a Sacagawea.
We'll get like a Pocahontas one that we'll buy in bulk, and then we'll just say that's Elizabeth Warren. So those are pretty good ones. We love those. We're working on those. Hopefully next week, maybe at worst the week after, we're going public with those ideas. Cool. So thank you guys for doing that. Also,
The crowd is smart.
the crowd is very smart.
So it's like we're always missing something or, not thinking of something. So the crowd work, comments, we're seeing them.
We're seeing every single one, and it goes a long way, and you guys are very smart. And I like fleshing out ideas with like an elite group. Like I said before, I'm never going to go, hey, what should I talk about? But I will talk to the paying audience and say, what are you guys seeing? What do you guys want to talk about?
The tip of the spear
The
audience.
real tip of the spear audience. January 6th stuff. There was an update. One of the January 6th prisoners killed himself, which is horrible.
Really?
Yeah, just last week.
I saw that.
And then you found a story. Tell
Yeah.
us about what you saw.
So I'm not going to go into the story very detailed, but basically this guy named Guy Raffet. I forget the name actually, but he was one of the first people to stand trial, like, and go through the trial. Like, he didn't take a plea deal for January 6th. He was there on the ground, like, impeding, police activity, and he had a gun. So it was not good. Like, it's not a good, like, look. We're not going to defend the guy for bringing a gun and all that.
But here's where it gets dark.
But so the trial just happened, and his own son testified against him. His own son wore a wire, and they played recordings out in the courtroom. Like, so Dad, did you bring a gun to the Capitol? Dad, you brought a gun to the Capitol. And he's like, yeah, so what? Or like, okay, I'm trying to, fight for my rights or whatever. Imagine you're in the courtroom for like walking around on January 6th, and your son is against you. And it's like, the article had a picture of the guy with his family, and it was, the son was wearing a mask and like
Bernie bro mask.
Yeah, apparently he was a Bernie Sanders supporter and literally got in contact with the feds, wore a wire against his dad so his dad would go away for even more years, even more soundly,
So now there's no head of the house there. That guy's in jail. And now the masked kid, I guess, he'll just listen to mom.
Yeah. So that was really dark.
What does Tony Soprano call a kid who rats on his dad like that?
A rat? I don't know.
I don't know. A real gavone.
A phenoik?
What does that mean?
I think that's gay.
We're just
that's
quoting.
like Vito Spatafor. He's a phenoik.
What's a gavone?
I don't know. I don't know all the Italian. What are you asking me? I just like The Sopranos.
Oh, man. Rat Boy's been trying to... Sopranos I watched growing up. Rat Boy's been trying to get me to watch Band of Brothers lately.
It's literally one of the best war miniseries, whatever you want to call it. It's 8-9 hours of pure entertainment.
It is. And I'm coming around, and I'm realizing, too, like growing up, my dad watched Band of Brothers. And it's a very good show, but it's one of those things I didn't appreciate until now. Because when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, this is boring. Like World War II, like this is boring. All the guns are boring and whatever. And now I get it. And actually now I have like a positive view of like these stories and how important they are and how crazy that war was. So I've come a long way.
Yeah, good job. I had to basically force him, and he doesn't even want to watch it. So I'm like, Band of Brothers, it's like 10 o'clock or something. It's like, let's get an episode.
One a day.
But he yeah, Dick Winters, if for those who watch Band of Brothers, is like my favorite American of all time. Like just a guy who had to go on the ground and do it. You know, you can like Dwight Eisenhower, you can like Winston Churchill. You know, if you're British, you can like, you know, the leaders. MacArthur. You know, all those type of guys. But the dudes who are leading small units, like small unit tactics, and doing the best at it with no fear, pure leadership, like that's so respectable. My favorite American ever is Dick Winters, and the story of Easy Company. They dropped into Normandy. They fought the Battle of the Bulge. When they were moving into Germany, they took the Eagle's Nest. So it's like a historic just gem, like the best, one of the best units. The 501st Airborne.
Exactly. Those are the people that would say no to the people grooming the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of that is gone, and I think a lot of it has to do with the war, because a lot of times our Chad men go to war. You go to World War I, World War II, and we're talking about like hundreds of thousands of Chad men who died.
Yeah, on both sides.
On both sides, and it's like, the world, is it weaker or stronger after that ripple expands generations later?
Yeah.
And like, we're so far removed from how hard those times were and how tough these people were and how hard the decisions they had to make were and the lives they lived. And now we're in a time where everything's so easy that, you know, we're not letting kids who are boys be girls enough. We're not teaching the kids about how to masturbate enough. And it's like Dick Winters would say no. Yeah. And they'd label him a toxic male.
He certainly would. Even though his toxicity is the type of thing that won us the war. And then also Dick Winters and those type of guys, they came back to America. They just wanted to live peaceful lives. They weren't warmongering. They weren't saying, let's go back. They know the cost. Those types of people know the true cost of a ground war in Europe, you know? So a lot of people just take this stuff for granted and like don't realize how hard people fought. So
yeah, and now the Republicans, like now the Democrats and certain Republicans, like ladies, say we need to put up a no-fly zone in Ukraine, and it's just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You don't know fucking anything.
Yeah, so that makes me upset. But
me too.
Great piece of history, Easy Company, and all their stories is really amazing. So
yep. And Richard Rapway and I this week went bowling, and then last weekend we watched the Masvidal fight at a bar.
We went out to a bar.
We
don't drink that much.
We don't drink that much. I don't like drinking.
Basically at all.
And like, I don't know, everyone like is constantly needing to, for some reason, convince me to go out and like live my life, and like, you don't do anything. And then like, all right, let's go out. And we go to some shitty sports bar where they smoke cigarettes inside, and it's crowded, and I can't get a drink, and it's crowded, and I have to sit wherever I can, and I have to stand up, and it's not fun. So it's like, I don't know what going out is. I don't know what am I missing?
We're old. We're done.
There's nothing for me out there anymore. So people get mad at me, and I was like, you know what? Let's go out. Let's reserve a booth at a cool sports bar. We'll get there at 8 o'clock. We'll watch the fight. The fight didn't start till 12:40.
I was like so tired and done. I almost Ubered home on my own.
Yeah, like I felt like I was falling asleep at the bar, and then that feeling of like trying to stay awake, and you're just like slowly losing it, and like you need to stay awake. Like it happens when you're driving sometimes, maybe. It's so bad. And like, that's kind of, I think, what happens when you die in war, and they're like, stay with me, stay with me. But like leaving and just
feels
like,
so good.
It feels so good. It feels so good to just go to sleep. And you're at the bar and you're so tired. It's like, stay awake, and your eyes start crossing.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on, stay awake.
That was definitely me.
It just feels so good to sleep though, but you can't sleep at the bar. And that's what happens. That's what happened to us.
So yeah, casual beers I'm fine with, you know, meeting someone for a drink, 2 beers, whatever, but just going out drinking, I'm done.
Never again.
I'm retired. Done. I'm giving it up for Lent.
Yep, same. Lent, no more drinking for Lent, and now I have a real reason to not.
Yeah.
I might never drink again. I don't even like it. It's not even enjoyable. We went bowling. That was fun. I bowled in one of our games. I bowled 5 strikes and like 2 spares, which is like the whole thing.
Yeah, that's 70%.
And I still didn't break 200. I got like 180 something.
That's crazy.
So it's like a real compounding thing.
You basically have to get 10 strikes in a row, or 6 or 7 and then miss 1.
and then you're in
and then you're at
something.
270 or so. Yeah.
So I don't fully get it. Bowling, I just go straight down the middle, and I got a bunch of strikes in a row. But I still lost to DC Drano twice
I lost too.
and had to pay $60 because I lost.
But I don't respect Drano's game.
What was his game?
I don't respect yours either. Just bowl it right down the middle, throw a straight ball, curve it, baby. Have some finesse.
What does curve it do?
Curving it gives you like more of a chance to get like the middle pin in a whole strike because you're sweeping across the front instead of just like either hitting the middle pin or hitting the left pin.
I just try to aim
I like curving.
to one of the slightly left or slightly right on the middle pin, and they all go down.
Sometimes.
5 times in a spare, couple spares. I don't spin it because by the time I spin it and get it dialed in, I'm like 6 frames in, and now that
That's what
game's
the first
toast.
game. That's why you don't gamble on the first game.
All right.
I don't know.
So bowling's
it's a coffee
fun.
disagreement between us.
Yeah.
I don't respect people who just throw the ball straight.
Bowling's fun. Bowling's fun, and we gave up drinking for Lent. And we talked about this the other day. Catholicism, Lent. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That was the OG globalism.
Yeah,
in a good
Catholicism
way.
was the OG spread, and Christianity as a whole too. Obviously, other people were doing it, but Catholicism is the one who got it right.
And then they infiltrated and then devalued the church, and then
We're doing pedophilia,
pedo
shit.
stuff, anti-God stuff, and then God got removed, and then there was a power vacuum for who's the globalist in charge of what's the word? Influence.
Yeah,
So you remember that back in the day, you'd have a movie and then you have to go check with the church and say, "Hey, can we say this?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we say that?"
Like cardinals in America used to be super powerful,
Yeah.
and very well respected,
Now it's nobody, and it's just the pedos and all the globalist satanic people.
and now they've backfilled spiritual globalism with just New World Order globalism, and it's not that chill.
It's not that chill. We should not have given it up because we're in trouble now.
Yep.
This just says, I hate Perez Hilton. He's a Fed cabal puppet, similar to D.L. Hughley. And
Good notes. Good notes.
and
for bonus land.
so Perez Hilton is a compromised individual who's like a deep state Muppet cabal puppet Muppet boy, right? Little
Okay.
gay Muppet boy.
Okay, I'll take your word.
And everyone thinks he's like some influential, important guy. But then I look at his Instagram, and he has posts that have 240 likes. And then I'm like, okay, maybe it's just he has 2 accounts. I'm like, he has 2 accounts. This is probably his backup. I go to the other account, 350 likes on some posts.
Yeah.
So this guy who Kanye was calling out, remember Kanye was posting about Perez Hilton and
Yeah.
calling him out? It's like, why is this guy even relevant? Why is this guy even in the conversation? Because he broke a few stories 10 years ago, 20 years ago when he sold his soul when he first got to Hollywood as a little gay butt boy. So I guess that's why.
Speaking of trash Instagram engagement, I don't have much Perez Hilton stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy. Whatever.
I just hate him.
He seems like a dork. But I was checking in on Carhartt. You know how Carhartt had the big everyone's forced a vaccine. We're blue collar, but we're hipster. Our CEO is a doofus with those trendy glasses. So I like to check in on Carhartt, and then I'll comment, and I'll be like, but is everyone vaccinated though? Just like a little troll, whatever. Nothing crazy. But I was looking at Carhartt yesterday, and I look at the story, and it's about a plumber. They're doing blue collar spotlight or whatever. It's a plumber, and it's a black woman plumber. And I go, oh, wow. All right. You're pushing an agenda, right? Usually pretty typical. I Googled what percentage of plumbers are women. Google told me 5%. Then I Googled what percentage of plumbers are black. Google told me 14%. So extrapolating, less than 1% of plumbers are black women. So why did Carhartt choose this?
Because 14% black, and then it's then you do the 5% are women, which maybe translates, it probably is even less.
Yeah.
We're talking about less than 1% of the plumber population, but that's who they lead with.
Because they're virtue signaling, basically.
And they're
That's
good
it.
boys. They're on the good boy agenda.
Good boy, Carhartt. You did a good thing. Black women can be plumbers, even though it's not common or doesn't really exist in nature that much. But
That's the story we got to lead with. And
that's who
it's-
you pick.
It's the same thing we talk about, like how all these companies are selling out over time, and then the credibility they built up over all these years is just like in a second flipped. Like Obey propaganda used to be like this skater counterculture, like F the man, like we're counterculture and cool, don't believe the propaganda, and now it's literally like obey the propaganda.
Yeah, like wear the mask. wear the mask.
So, it's sad to see because a lot of our favorite things growing up and our favorite companies and our favorite things are just like slowly selling out and
they get
becoming
perverted,
nothing.
They get private equity buys a stake in it and we want to do this, or we went public and now we have this dork CEO and all this stuff. So there's really plenty of opportunities to, and if it's a good brand everybody loves, then it's desirable to be hijacked. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're not going after the niche micro brand that has 40 fans. They're going after big stuff everybody loved. And
Track record, everyone already likes it. It's already got credibility and a brand built, and then they just
rug pull you and ruin it.
They rug pull you and they spit in your face.
So I thought that was interesting. The black plumber lady, like, let's elevate this lady. And it had terrible engagement. It was like nobody cared.
How many likes did it get?
Like 1,400. And they have like 1.1 million followers on Carhartt. So it's like worse engagement than a meme that I post. And I have 1/11th of their following.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy. For this week.
So the people don't want it.
Yeah, the people don't want
Nobody
it.
cares.
No one needs it. And you're just stuffing it in and pretending it's consensus.
Yeah. So.
And that's the problem. And all these companies are selling out because they want the China money and they're compromised in the globalist agenda. In the conversation for this week in the comments, we are next week going to be doing a section on the Pfizer documents.
Oh, the Pfizer docs.
Yeah, the Pfizer.
Those are just boat docks outside of Pfizer HQ.
Yeah.
Where the Pfizer executives dock their boats. Those are the Pfizer docks.
Yeah, they're the docs.
But I heard the docs have a lot of side effects. Like a lot of pages. A lot of things can go wrong at those Pfizer docks.
Pages and pages about these docks where the boats go, and it's not good for you. So we're doing like some research, a deep dive on that. If you guys have any good sources and good breakdowns of what was released in those docks, we would love to see it. Basically, these were the docks that they wanted sealed for 75 years.
Till 2078 or whatever.
And now they couldn't get that done, and now they're out publicly, and it's like basically so bad that they had to end COVID and start a nuclear war.
Yeah.
So we'd
or tease one.
Yeah.
Or tease a nuclear war.
So we'd like to look into that more and find out more about that. If you guys have any info or good sources for people who are really crushing it on that front, let us know so we can get it out there in a palatable way. Maybe I'll have a dream about the Pfizer docs.
It'll probably be a dream about the docks, DOCKS.
Yeah.
That, Pfizer parks their boats at. So.
Yeah. You guys like the dreams I'm having? Every now and then I'm like, I had a dream. And then it's just a hard truth with I had a dream every 2 seconds. So if you try to cut it out of context and like show Fleckus is some conspiracy theorist, you can't really
it's basically verbal watermarked in my dream. My dream.
And if you cut the in my dreams out, it's like going to be all over the place cutting wise. So it works. It works. That's our best way of getting the message out there without getting zucked. And we're smart about that.
Yeah.
We've stayed alive this whole time.
Good job, buddy.
That's
a good.
Well,
hustle.
that's bonus land for today. Do you have anything else you want to add?
You should shave your beard for the bonus land people. You already lied to your broad fans.
Well,
now you're gonna lie to your
I would never lie to these people. But imagine if I said I shaved my beard in bonus land and then didn't. That would be like illegal.
Oh yeah.
If I was in New York, they'd arrest me. They'd arrest me and I'd go to jail for it, and I wouldn't get bail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get free bail or whatever. So that is bonus land. What else we have going on for this week? Nothing. We're getting this episode out. It's going to be really good. We're doing a lot of steps still. We're doing like 4 to 7 miles of walking a day.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a 25-pound weighted vest while doing it. And I'm also not eating things that spike my insulin levels.
Yeah.
I'm really working on that.
Fleck has found out about a new thing called glucagon. That's his new thing, glucagon.
Or it's basically like if your glucagon is up, it means that like your insulin levels weren't spiked and you're in like fat burning mode. It's kind of like a precursor to keto, I guess.
And then this is when I explained that it was just calories in, calories out. That's it.
So
It's a
I'm
math
learning,
equation.
but basically I can't spike my insulin level as much as I was. I can't eat these simple carbs and sugars. I need to eat fats and meats while also keeping the calories low and making sure I'm burning calories and not eating late at night and whatever for no reason.
Not rooting around the pantry, rooting around, getting Uber Eats.
No more 2 a.m. cheese.
Yeah, no more fridge cheese. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we'll be
That's
back.
it. Thank you guys for watching. I think the main episode 23, was one of our best yet.
I think it was
Great
good
episode,
vibes.
Richard Ratboy.
Nice job, buddy.
This show's coming a long way, and a lot of it has to do with you guys supporting us. So thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff you already are. Thank you for joining Bonus Land. We have a lot of new good content coming your way next week. See you at the next one.